Hello, and welcome to another introductory session of Tabletalkers. However I want to say that, I don't know. This time, for Vashnir Rockhollow, played by Medina.
Hello.
If you would like to describe yourself.
Yes. I am a 3'5", 3'5" hill dwarf. Green eyes. Reddish brown hair, tan skin. Age 28 and roughly 135 pounds.
Alright.
Stocky little.
Stucky guy. For the last couple weeks, you have been pulling guard duty of a sort. You've been riding the perimeter of the area, making sure nobody comes in that isn't able to submit to proper inspections given the circumstances of what's been going on these last couple days, or last couple weeks. You are with a small accompaniment. You probably only have like 2 other people with you, just because it's scout patrol more than anything else. And you and your other mounted infantry, such as yourself, see a small group of dwarves off in the distance. What would you like to do?
What does it look like? What does it look like there?
What does it look like they're
From-
doing? They're kind of far away. Go ahead and make a perception check, just because rolling dice is fun.
That is a natural
It's a natural what?
20.
Oh, okay. With your eagle-eyed gaze, you are able to pick out that it looks like... And it looks like a scouting party going around and probing your defenses.
Some of my men, or some of the ones that I know.
Not your guys.
Yes, I'm gonna take my men and roll upon them.
Alright. You set your horses in that direction and you begin to bear upon them. Seeing you come closer, they ready themselves for a combat situation, but you're the one still in control of the situation as it stands. You can tell me to call initiative if you want to just go for it, or you can try to talk.
I'm gonna raise my hand high. I come and it's coming to talk.
They'll
But I tell my Ren to be at the ready if anything goes down.
They ready themselves. And the individuals that you walk up toward, or well, canter up toward, I don't know the correct term for horse walking, okay?
Trot.
Okay, sure. You trot near. They seem as though they are ready for your people to embark in a combat thing, and they are eyeing you warily. What is it you have to say? What one will say?
Why are you scouting these lands?
You'll see a look across their face that they really didn't expect to be asked that question. Fuck it, they're stupid. Just seeing where you're not.
We were in wartime, right? You're telling me were you looking for me?
Well, to be more apt, we were looking for places where you weren't.
And why is that?
Why do you think?
Why? Do you want to fight?
Given
Is
the
there a
option,
reason?
not really, but...
How many men do they have compared to me?
They are a group of 3. You are a group of 3.
Why is it that... Where are you from?
I wrote that down. We're out of Nightbringer All.
Are we at war with them?
That's where a lot of the people that have been identified as problems have been coming from.
So a group of troublemakers, eh?
What?
So you're a group of troublemakers.
You could call us that. That's certainly possible.
Do you want to live, or do you want to fight?
I would like to continue living, yes.
Turn around. Don't come back to these lands.
Right, yeah, that's what we'll do, isn't it, guy? And it, isn't it, boys? And I'll just kind of look at the other two.
Oh, don't worry. We'll have scouts follow you. Everywhere. I know your face. Do you know
Well,
who I am?
I can't say I do.
One of the sons of the Lord.
Well, my lord, and he'll kind of do a bit of a mock curtsy.
My brothers will not give you this chance that I will.
Well, then if I might kiss your hand in thanks.
See, I don't wish to fight you. There's bigger problem. Your wife, kids, sons, brothers.
What's your passive perception?
$13.
Okay, he's pretty close. As you're saying this and trying to appeal to, like, the emotional side of it, you'll just see something inhuman flicker across their eyes.
Inhuman. Is this
Very
something I've seen
reminiscent
before?
to yes, very reminiscent to your Lost Patrol.
All of them, or just his two companions?
Whenever things started to go really, really bad.
I'm saying, no, like, is all of them, do they all flicker like that, or is it just his two companions?
You just see it on the on the face of the one that you're actively talking to. Those two are kind of obfuscating themselves, but you can pretty much assume that if one of them's got it.
My men I ride with, were they one of the ones that survived?
If you want them to be.
Men, protect yourselves. We fight. Is there a term that we have for what we saw?
Really, there hasn't been a good one made yet. They know that there are these things that are in things. Nobody imaginative enough has come up with a naming convention for it yet, though, sadly.
Men, they have the sickness.
That'll work.
I'm gonna stab him.
Alright. Initiative, buddy. They have the sickness, and then they immediately go, they immediately can tell that the jig is up.
15. What?
Let me bring up a quick notepad document so I can keep track of things more concisely.
I don't have an initiative.
All right. So, what'd you say you got?
I had a 15.
Well, that's not good. I rolled group initiative. They go slightly before you. So here it comes. Let's make their AC. They're all in chainmail and stuff like that, so they're going to be a little bit harder to hit than your normal affair. It doesn't really look like it's well maintained, but you know.
Yeah.
Vashnir?
Yep.
Vashnir? I'm terrible with names. It's horrific.
You can just say Vash.
I just want to make sure that I know it.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna use this proper one as much as possible. You guys are pretty stout. Goodbye, calmer music. Let's find something to fight things with. What's this sound like? It'll work. Alright. First up is their group. As you signal to your men that combat is going to start, they each get out a axe of some sort. And I would assume that you've kind of moved yourself forward.
Yes.
They're going to begin attacking you and your mount. So. None of these are high enough to hit you. But this one was actually aiming for your horse. So your horse is... While two of them are accosting you, one of them is going to go out and they are going to take a chunk of horse flesh off of your poor horse. It's seen better days. Okay. That's their turn. Now it's over to you.
Am I surrounded by them?
Pretty much, yeah. It's not great. But if you would like to give your other people a command, they are next in the initiative. So I can probably just have them do things now.
I have them fight the other two.
Okay, so they're going to come up and begin to accost things on either side of you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That is what they will be doing. What would you like to do?
Stab the man. If I'm gonna charge after, I'm gonna fight the leader.
Alright. They've all closed the distance on you pretty well. How are you going at them? Like, what are you hitting them with?
I'm using the glaive.
That'll do it. Hit him.
It's gonna be a 17.
17 absolutely hits. Roll damage.
It's gonna be 10.
Ow! Alright. You command your mount to reel back, and while they're kind of recoiling from its kicks, you take your glaive and swing it through, and you actually manage to take off this guy's offhand at the elbow. You can see these strange, tendriling black things emerging from the wound. He's still standing, but fuck.
I'm gonna tell my men to remember to protect themselves.
They're keenly aware. Let's see how they're doing on their actual attacks. A 5 and a 4. They're not getting through their defenses, but they are accosting them and getting their attention away from you. Now it is their turn again. These two attack those two. Do they manage it? One of your men manages to block an incoming blow with their shield, but the other one, it catches them slightly unaware, and you see them take a pretty solid hit around about their shoulder area. Owie. Over to you again. Oh wait, no, there's also one for you. Who? Ow! My fucking arm! That's a 5 on the die, so that doesn't reach your AC. So, you're okay for now. As he tries to swing at you, but you, with your glaive, just clunk the thing out of the way. Now it's back over to you.
I'm going to attack the man that attacked my friend.
Okay, so you're going to pick the one that actually made the successful attack. You know that the guy in front of you looks pretty fucked up, but you're gonna go for the other one just to make sure.
Will that be counted as a weapon of attack or?
It wouldn't be an attack of opportunity until you get some things that let you do that. I do suggest taking Sentinel, especially if you're gonna have a glaive.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be on the list.
But you don't have it yet. You're tiny baby level 1. Everything's close enough to you, you can hit anyone. So you're going
22.
for that guy? Okay, yep. A 22 will absolutely hit that guy. Take off his
That'll
head
be
with a
6.
single blow. 6? Not quite, but you do fuck his life as swinging the glaive around again, you bury it into their side. You can see that a lot of the armor around the area is kind of like, it's not well maintained. It looks like you hit a particularly rusty patch, and you just, in addition to actually stabbing them with your stabbing device, sent a good portion of the armor into them as well. But they still stand. Time for you guys. Do you manage to hit the one that's been hitting you, friend? That will be enough to hit. And the other guy? Absolutely. Okay. Both of your guys with their hand axes out go forth and attack their targets. The one you just hit goes down as your friend manages a wide chop into their neck area. And the other guy takes a bit of a glancing blow across their shield arm. And now it is their turn again. Right, okay. You will see the downed combatant begin to convulse a bit. And I will drop a die, never to be seen again. The other ones that are still standing, though, attack your target. One of them will totally miss, but the one in front of you that you've already disarmed, literally, will send a kind of a convulsing spike of sorts out of the arm, and they will impale you with it. Take 5 damage and make a con save.
$13.
13. Okay, you can feel as though something's trying to find a foothold, but you're fighting it off. Over to your turn.
Where it came from is like disarmed hand, or it came from like?
It came from his stump.
Hmm.
He stabbed you with some goo.
I'm gonna tell. Are both my men fighting the one on the left, or the other one that's still standing?
They're about to go start fighting the one that's still standing. They're leaving you, the one that you've already chopped the fuck out of. And they're trying to distance themselves from the one that's convulsing.
I'm going to stab him again.
Finish this guy off.
That's a 19
Yeah. Damage.
to hit. That's 7 for damage.
7 damage. That is more than enough to finish this individual. As
Glaive, is it a spear type thing, or is it just like a crescent type blade?
the design of it is normally a crescent thing to allow for swinging more better, but if you want a more spear-shaped one, then that's fine.
I'm just gonna sever him in half.
Alright. Bisect. You bap this guy in the face with one half of your glade, causing him to step back, and then with the other end, you swing it around and you just chop through the weaker plating around his midsection. He kind of slumps off onto the ground. Okay. That it for your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. Your 2 men are going to beat the ever-living fuck out of this guy. Or at least try to. With their combined might and double advantage, they both manage to get a hit in. You guys roll like crap, by the way. I don't know why. They're not all that good at fighting, it seems.
Need more train.
Now they're freaking out of it. But together they deal a hefty chunk of damage to this individual, who is still barely hanging in there. You can see that they are covered in scrapes and bruises. Some deep cuts here and there, but not enough to quite render them immobile yet.
This is a double-ended glaive too? Or is it single-ended?
It can be double if you want. I mean, if you're going for the more spear-type design, then it... Oh, are you talking about like 2 blades on each end?
Yeah.
No, it's just got one bladed in. The other end's a staff.
Okay.
Because otherwise they're difficult to hold. Alright. The one convulsing on the ground will begin to erupt with small gooey parasite things. And one of them will leap towards your men. Or one of your men. But he's prepared for it, it seems. And he will bash the thing midair with his shield, stopping it from actually entering him. The recently downed enemy will begin to convulse. The other recently downed, well, he's still alive. He will fight. He will fail. As your 2 guys just beating him to death are not allowing him a chance to get any weapons ready. Over to you.
So they're all knocked horses, right?
You're the one who is mounted. The other ones do not have at the moment.
And we just killed the last. Men run back.
There's still one standing. He's still...
Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna stab him.
This is the correct answer. Stab him, you have advantage, because everybody's kicking the shit out of this guy.
That's 11.
11. I'm sorry. Not this time. Despite being kicked the shit out of by literally everyone, he seems to sense the incoming stab wound of death, and he parries it. Anything else?
I just run into him with my horse.
Run him over with your horse? I mean, yeah, that's the thing that the horse can do. Would you like the horse to make a horse attack?
Yeah.
Do you want to roll for horse?
Alright.
I'll give it an entirely obligatory... An entirely, not obligatory, whatever the word means that means inconsistent and not really to be assumed again. Number.
I rolled a 16.
Alright, that'll do it. He has a hit point. You horse him to death. As you trample him. Good
I
job.
thought it was just... Oh. Were they all on foot?
Those three were, yeah.
Okay. I'd have ran them over sooner.
Okay, so the current situation is that guy has been arbitrary. Thank you, that's the word, man. That guy has been downed. The corpse that you knocked down a minute ago is starting to convulse a lot, and you know what that means. And
Burn the bodies. Do you have anything to burn them with?
well, currently you have some parasites that are actively trying to attack your people. Fire can work, but just getting the hell away from them is normally the call.
I'm gonna ride and grab them both. Gonna do that.
You gonna try both your try to grab your men?
Yes.
Make an athletics check and they'll try to. There are over 80 songs in this playlist, but if I have shuffle on, it will only play 3 songs. I do not know why. I simply know what is. What'd you get for your athletics check?
Roll the dice.
Don't you have physical dice coming in?
Yes, but because of virus, it's
Yeah.
like... Then they had to do like a remold of them.
Okay, so you order something like real special or something?
Yeah, there's metal spiky dice.
Okay. Probably toss a picture of that into the server whenever you're done. Or actually acquire them. Okay, so that we can all look at it and go, cool.
19.
A 19? Alright. Running off, grabbing the hands of both your guys. You begin to quickly evacuate the premises. Let's just see if any of these little bastards manage to grab anybody. You don't, because you rolled a 3. How about you? Neither do you, with your stupid 4. You get your guys about 30 feet away, and then you drop them off, because 3 people is kind of a little bit more than horse limit.
Yeah, I was just trying to get them up and out of there.
Okay. Retreating into the tree line, watching these things, waiting for them to kind of shrivel up and die as they normally do. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I just got the... It's more than...
Oh, you sent me a picture specifically, I see. Those look pointy.
Well, because I put them in the group earlier, like a while back, and it said they'd be held to step on.
That is probably true. But every D4 is held to step on. Oh, see, dice just hurt. Okay, so combat over, obviously. You see those things off in the background. Without anywhere to hide, they just kind of start to shrivel in the sun.
Look over my...
Look over your guys. Your horse took a pretty solid hit. It probably should be tended whenever you get back to somewhere that it can be taken care of. One of your guys took a bit of a blow, but they seem okay.
They were infected.
You don't see any signs of the things.
ride back into town.
Alright. You ride back into town, you can see your family's little... Basically, okay. Riding back into town through some of the tree areas, you see what you could only really describe as your small mountain next to the river. Going up next to the gate, you identify yourselves, the guards let you in, and you move inside of this area, which... Think of a very open and expansive cavern. Off to the west you have a docks area, but everything seems to be inside of this hill that you happen to live in. Your name is very literal. You literally live in a hollow rock.
I'm gonna tell my man that was one of the men wasn't injured, correct?
One of them's just fine.
I'm gonna tell him to take my horse and
Take your horse and...
infirmary.
Alright, I'll get him there safe, sir.
Then I'll tell the other man
You're cutting out on me.
I'm gonna tell the man that was injured to go to the infirmary as well. I'm pretty sure there's one for animals and one for people, unless they're all the same person. I don't know.
Everyone's being taken care of by a very overworked veterinarian. Aye, sir, I'll get that taken care of. Good work today.
Same to you.
Alright, that fucking stinks. Let's get going. And they head off.
Guess I'll go speak to my father.
Okay. You head into town and come upon the more noble district area. It has its own, like, outer wall setup. Not like a small walled setup outside of, like, the big wall setup that your entire thing really is. Heading inside, everybody knows who you are. It's not long before you come into your father's chambers, who... He just has what looks like to be all of the papers anyone could ever not want just around him currently.
Oh, what was the name of that place?
Where you are currently?
No, the Tagger.
Where they came from? Nightbringer Hall. Did you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
I wrote it down. Father Allward.
He'll kind of look up from writing something and go, "Oh, yes, son. Did your patrol go well?"
Yes. We found scouting 3 in a hollow. More importantly, they had...
After this session, I need to look at your mic settings.
I probably need to get a new one. I've had this one for 2 years now.
Well, it might just be like a small adjustment that we can manage on it. Now say again. It likes to cut you off mid-sentence.
Any better?
I can't tell yet. It'll need to be a longer sentence.
Alright.
Now say again.
Me and my men found the scouting party of 3 from Nightbringer Hollow. But they had the
But they had the sickness is your last words there?
yes.
I see. So Nightbringer Hall has fallen as well. I knew the
What
lady
other
at that
cities?
hall. Say what?
I was asking what other cities have fallen.
Apparently more and more by the day, and I'll kinda get into his mess of paperwork. I think I'm gonna try to get a mercenary army up in here to move things along. We can't keep losing things like this. The damn Imperials just think that it's a bloody feud between the nobles.
Have they not been on the grounds? See this thing?
Well, according to them, there's been too many false calls and they won't deal with it. Apparently, they only care if it actually reaches the owls. Damn idiots.
By that point, it'd be too late. What are we to do?
Well, considering that they won't help us out here, I'm an advocate for fighting. I'm trying to get a mercenary army going. We do have resources, and I'm gonna have to tap into them. And realistically, this could work out for us in the end. A bit of a horrible way to do it, but if we can actually manage an army and begin to take some of these places back over, then it'll clear it from there. And if there's any nobles left, we'll either have their debt, or we'll be able to see their own.
Agree, but how big of an army are we going to? If it's taken all these cities, all of these towns, how are we to fight?
We need more than we have, but as we go through, logically, we'll be able to find some that haven't quite fallen to it, hopefully. Outside of that, I have requested aid from various other countries and other townships, but they've been slow in responding.
Not the best relationships, huh?
Well, whenever you live in a society where everybody's trying to take each other over, you kinda end up having difficulty making alliances.
Until they see the things we've seen.
Aye.
I guess they're gonna be stubborn as an ox, huh?
Yeah, that's what I've been running into. Maybe the humans have it right. Overwhelming force everything and then deal with it all on the other end of it. Not much honor in it, but it'll kind of shrug.
Seeing how fast you think they're taking over, what is the time frame that we have before it reaches our city?
Until it reaches here, well, you were less than a day's ride out. I think that right now we're the front line.
Is there any safe havens around? Safe havens for the women, the children, the ones who do not.
In the bowels of the rock, but that's all we have.
Enough. No neighboring countries, no neighboring cities. All gone?
Well, we can send them northward, we can't really send them eastward anywhere, can we? No, our only option is to send them along the river north to Attica. Because these things seem to be taking over west and south. How far is that?
Yes.
Depending on your boat, it won't take too long. Getting through the Great Lake, though, is a little difficult. There are things that live there, but it's possible. We have an escape option thanks to our waterway.
We need to get them out first.
Are you calling to evacuate the town, son?
If you're saying it's that close,
He'll kind of grimace a bit.
Option.
I'll take it into consideration.
I'm just saying the ones who cannot fight, let them leave.
Because if they cannot fight and one of those things lines up inside of them, we have an enemy just as strong as all the others. I know. I know. Nobody told me whenever I took this thing over that we'd be having to fight something that lived inside our own people. I hate this. Oh, I've been talking with some of our researcher folks. They think that one of the local lizard traps may have an idea on how to deal with those things once they actually get out of the body. Medina, you there? I am alone. Well, I kicked him out. Shit. I fixed this. Force disconnect. Go over there.
Hello?
Hi.
I dropped.
I noticed. When did it knock you out? Did I say anything?
It's just about fighting our own people.
Did you have a response to that?
Yes, I was saying we need to find the source causing this. We need to find answers of what's with this madness.
I need to start, and I plan on starting to send some scouts trying to infiltrate the places that they've taken over. Hopefully we can find some sort of a trail for it, lead it back to where it's all coming from. You wouldn't shy away from that duty, would you, lad?
I would not.
Good.
We need to capture some of these things and show everybody what we're fighting.
Well, they're difficult to transport once they get outside of their thing that's holding them. They kind of, make you a bit of a disgusted hand gesture. They just kind of, they shrivel up and die.
No, we need to capture a host.
That's a dangerous one.
We're running it up.
Tell me about it.
They're not gonna like what we show them because we're gonna have to do a public execution to these things in front of these people.
You have the
Putting
right.
them in the, gonna put them in harm's way. Do something.
You have the right of it, and once more mercenary folks start showing up, I think I'm gonna assign you lead of a squad there if you don't care too much.
My duty.
Been talking with some of the herbologists. They think they have an idea on how to deal with those things once they come outside of a body. They explained it using energy things and things like that, but it seems that if we just carry around a thing of acid, it'll work on it. So I've started our herbologist working on drafts of that for all our enlisted.
Have they tested this before?
Well, it's kind of difficult to test. In all fairness. But it's their
Have they
best
any
guess,
vials?
and I have nothing. What?
Do they have any on hand?
They're working on it now.
As soon as they finish up on the first batch, me and my mom will ride out, carrying someone with us.
Well, that might be later tonight or tomorrow if you want to try for it.
We'll ride out to... Oh, what color are these slugs? They're black.
They are straight black.
We'll ride out tomorrow. We can't see them in the dark.
This is fair.
Can decent. Well, I have dark vision.
Well, they're even with or without dark vision, something that's that color in the darkness is still kind of difficult to see.
Yeah.
All right. You want to keep it your group of 3, or do you believe you all to be fine to go out again tomorrow?
I'll scout 2 more men. One of mine was injured.
Very well. Get some sleep tonight and do not let one of those things inside of you. I would really hate to have to kill my own son.
That won't happen.
He'll kind of nod.
That won't happen.
He'll nod.
Alright, at least you couldn't hear it.
Alright. Go get some sleep. On the morrow, you'll ride out and try to find some of these bastards.
Alright, I'll take my leave.
You want to do anything as you retire to your room, or just fast forward to it's time to go?
I'm gonna go talk to the man that wasn't injured. I'm gonna go talk to both of them. I'm gonna tell the other one to set out tomorrow, and then I'll take the other man and 2 more. Telling him the game plan.
Okay. Given you just described that all, I'm gonna go ahead and not have to do it in character. The person that you come up to is ready and willing to do so. The other one has a bit of a look of, "You're going without me?" Huh. On his face, but he understands.
There'll be more battles.
Okay. The next day comes. You go grab the person and 2 others. So now you have a group of 4 total.
Are you ready, man?
As much as we can be. We've got to fight these damn things.
No, but it's for the good of the people and the good of not just our people. All across the lands. If possible, we need to at least capture one of them. Or if you as soon as you're down one of them, you have your vials of acid, correct?
Yes, sir.
As soon as you're down one of them, pour it on them and see what it does. But make sure you back off.
Very well.
Don't need to lose any more men.
Don't plan on it. Sir, how do you plan on capturing one of them? I mean, we could tie one of the hosts up, but there's nothing stopping the thing from leaping out and grabbing one of us. Medina?
We'll go to the town, we'll grab a barrel.
Alright.
Strap to my horse.
Find a large barrel, probably about a dwarf-sized barrel, and then whenever we see an opportunity, we just clunk it on him. I like your way of thinking.
We can take his legs and his arms if we have to. Make sure we seal it shut.
You go through and find an empty wine cask that seems like it might work. You tie it to one side of your horse. Anything else before you head out?
I think we're good.
Alright. You head out in the morning. Do you have a particular direction that you're trying to go, or?
We're gonna go towards the
Towards where you found combat yesterday?
Nightbringer.
Okay.
Yeah, Nightbringer.
You head out in that direction. You know that in order to actually reach that location, it's probably a couple days ride. So you're just kind of looking for scouts or something trying to probe your own defenses?
Yeah.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh, that is laggy. 20.
20. Okay.
My screen went black.
You see off in the distance what appears to be a lone dwarf. They're near the area where the other team was. Where's my phone?
I'm going to ride up on him.
They're relatively unadorned. It looks like they're in some light traveling gear.
You there? What brings you out here?
Oh, I was just on my way to Rockhollow.
Why is that?
Gonna buy some wine and cheeses.
Where are you coming from?
A village about a half a day's ride in that direction. It'll point northeast.
Have you ran into any trouble on your way here?
I've not ran into much, but I'm not exactly very, noticeable.
Why is that?
I don't ride around on a horse, and I'm not making lots of noise. I'm not heavily armored. I try to keep to myself.
Have you passed through Nightbetter Hollow?
Nightbringer Hall.
Have you passed through there?
I've
Oh,
not
Hall.
I've not been through Nightbringer Hall recently. Why, sir?
Have you not seen what's going around?
I've not. Also, if you want to roll for bullshit, you can make insight checks.
I'll do that.
Make a bullshit check.
That'll be 11.
11 bullshit check.
Yeah.
I can only roll above or below a 4. Something's wrong here. It might be because in order to carry back wine and cheese, you would need to have some method to carry them, unless you just want to have it on your back for a day and a half. That would be horrible.
So you're telling me you're going to sell cheese and other goods with no means of carrying it besides your own back?
Well, I'm... Roll for initiative. Thing about these parasites is they're really not that smart. They act a bit like aliens. God, there's a lot of you. Initiative.
My screen is black at the moment.
Oh,
Okay, that'll be 13.
13 for you. Good God, me. Good God, me. Oh, right. Fuck. And your army of arrow slingers. Alright, well, first up is you. As it seems that they are grabbing some form of weapon or something.
I'm gonna cleave at his leg.
Are you actually, like, trying to achieve some leg damage or something? Because that is a targeted thing. Alright, that is going to be a with disadvantage cold shot.
$16.
16. As your glaive is heading toward this guy's leg, you will see a ethereal barrier appear around him that stops your glaive from impacting.
Gonna run him over.
Horse attack. Roll for horse. I'll give it an arbitrary plus. Because not every
16.
horse is the same horse. You attempt to bonk the horse into him, but the same barrier impedes you. And he is not downed by your charge.
Man, he has some sort of a protection.
You see the new two are readying their bows. Alright, anything else on your turn?
No.
Alright. The friend that was with you yesterday is going to run forward with his axe. And get into a more flanking type position with you. That will be just enough. And the other two with the bows. One of them strikes true. So, your friend with the axe is going to come through and, seeing what you were trying to do, also try to go for a leg. And they'll, deal some respectable damage to him in the process. That's way too high. That much. And then you'll see one of the arrows streak by. One of them bounces off the shield harmlessly, but the other one manages to find its way through and hits him center mass. Now it's their turn. Okay. You're right there. He's right there. Both of you need to stop being right there. I need you to make a con save. And I need your nearby ally to make a con save.
$16.
16? Alright, that will pass. However, your friend failed. So, ow! So your friend is going to take a bunch of damage and go flying back unconscious. You, however, are going to take 8 sonic damage as this horrendously loud burst of energy appears from them.
Oh, that fucking hurt.
Tell me about it. Your friend failed. He's not dead outright, but he's taking a nap. And that's the end of their turn. Over to you again. Your horse, by the way, injured.
I'm gonna try to swing at him again.
Everything will be better once you have about level 5 in the class, trust me. Swinging at him again. Do it. There are other songs playlist. Okay, fine. Hit this guy.
Hopefully I will. Come on, damn it. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna hit. That's a 7.
Okay, a 7. You take your glaive toward him, but at the last second, they kind of dodge just out of the way.
Now my horse, I'm going to just back up. What's the range on the horse?
It's not a long range horse. Five feet.
I'll back up as far as I can with the horse.
I mean, yeah, it provokes an attack of opportunity. What does he have on hand? A dagger, I guess. He'll try. No. The horse is too wily.
How far did my man get knocked back?
He probably got sent flying about a good 15 feet back. You see him collapse into a lump. Anything else?
I have a bonus action.
I don't think you have any bonus actions actually at level 1 fighter. Unless you're doing it.
Because I have a second wind.
Oh. I didn't know you got that level 1. Okay, well.
I'll use that as a D10.
Alright. Heal thyself.
Is it D10?
I think so. I think it's like a D10 plus your fighter level. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's the wrong dice. That's a D10. Roll. Nope. Damn it, roll 2. That's 8 health again.
Alright. It's now the 2 arrow guys' turn. And this parasite hit a complete and total idiot. Used their reaction to try to stab you with a dagger. So that means no shield for them. And those are both decent enough rolls. You see 2 more arrows appear in this guy's center mass. Ow! He's still standing. But, not for long is what you're guessing. Okay, now it's his turn. Ow! Fucking ow! Let me look at something really, really quickly. Yeah. That'll do it. Toward the 2 of your companions. They're gonna kind of stagger their way over there. And you will see a gout of flame erupt from their hands, encompassing both of them. But those are both failed saves, which is bad. What is the damage on this thing? There it is. This might hurt a bit. Okay, that's bad actually. Well, your 2 archers are set ablaze. And you see the horses, or well, they don't have horses, only you have horses. And they both collapse into burning husks on the ground. That was a max damage burning hands. And then they will turn them, and then they will turn toward you Now it's your turn.
That's a 1v3?
I mean, it was, but it looks like your archers are both dead.
Oh, he said they'll turn towards me. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. Right now, you're the only two standing. He looks fucked to high hell.
I'm gonna try and gore him. Stab him in the chest.
So charge forward, utilize the glaive like a... what the hell's it called?
Pike.
Yes. Stab this man.
20
Naturally or total?
total.
Alright. You don't even need to roll damage, and if you would like to describe what you do with your pike stab.
Just gonna lift him up and stab him into the ground.
Alright. So, you square yourself up, you then begin bearing down toward this man, stab them, raise them up, and then plant them firmly into the ground a few feet back.
I'm gonna quickly dismount my horse and throw the acid on him.
Okay, you begin to see the body convulsing as that thingy finally erupts from him. You toss acid on it. You hear an ear-piercing screech, but the thing itself just reaves around in pain, and then dissolves.
Shit. How's the body looking? Does it have like a bursting thing out of it?
There's a spot where the mass came from. It looks like it left some amount of taint in the actual, like, blood of the person. But there's no, like, other ones crawling around.
I'm gonna put his body in the barrel.
Alright. You put the dead body in the barrel. You
If it
manage
doesn't
it.
fit, I make it fit.
Yeah, yep. Through a combination of methods, manage it. Two of your men, they're dead. They have burned to death.
I'm gonna go over to my downed man and try to get him back up.
The one who got downed at the beginning of the fight, go ahead and make a medicine check.
$12.
12. It looks like a portion of his armor bent back into him. He's still breathing. But it looks like him being able to move on his own is something that you're not going to be able to accomplish here.
I'm gonna toss him on the back of the horse.
He's still unconscious, so I'm assuming you kind of tie him down a bit.
Yeah.
Alright. Get back up, and now what would you like to do? Oh, I'm also assuming that you got your polearm back from the body.
Yeah. And there's nothing left of the other men, is there?
There is, but it's charred. They rolled a 1 and a 4 to not get burned to death.
I'm guessing there's still smoke from the bodies.
Yeah, they're both still giving off a scent.
I'm gonna ride back home.
This time. You do so without incident. Anything special, or, like, what are you doing here?
I'm gonna take that man to the infirmary. And then
Very fair.
said we had that were made the acid.
Say again?
You said it was herbologists that made like the acid.
Yeah. The alchemists. anything
I'm gonna
different.
show them the body. I'm gonna take the body to them. And tell them what happened when I used it.
So you used it on the creature and it didn't turn into more creatures?
No.
Good. That was the entire point of it. People have been using fire and cutting the things, but they've been turning into more things to go grab more people. Good to know something works on them.
Yes, but that's only when it's out of the body and they still shrivel up and die. I need to see what happens if we use it on a host. You think it'd be any different?
If I had to guess, I'd say it would just burn the host, and they'd get themselves out of the way.
I don't know if this body will be good enough to use as proof.
Probably not. This is nothing living in it, it just looks like it's been tainted by something.
Damn. I need to talk to my father. I need to get the other two back. I need a burial.
They'll kind of gesture toward the direction of the keep proper.
I'll head that way. Let's see if you can find anything else with that body. If you had a corpse yet from one of those things.
We've had a number of them, but we need the thing that's causing them to turn into these. They can't manage to get any alive. Or dead.
I need a proper container because in the sun they just burn.
Aye.
Do we know if they thrive at night?
Well, the problem with them at night is no one's been able to bring any back at night. They've been claims that they've been a little bit faster then, but nothing we can actually manage to prove.
Damn it all.
We'll get through this, sir.
Not only that, but this man, I don't know if it was him or the thing inside of him was able to use magic.
You found a caster.
Took out two of my men, sent the other one to the infirmary. Had a shield. I couldn't see.
I imagine your father will be glad to have that information.
Be sure to let him know.
We'll look and see if there's anything to gather from this thing. And you. Head off toward the keep?
Yeah.
Okay, you show up, they let you inside, you going straight to your father, or?
Yeah, I'll go straight to him.
Alright, you do so, he's still buried in paperwork.
Father, I have some bad news.
What is it?
I ran into one on my ride. He took out two of my men. Put another one in the infirmary. He was able to use magic.
So they have casters, too.
It seems. Not the smartest talkers though, but they were still able to use magic. It took two of my men out at once.
Alright, that's something to keep aware of.
The acid seems to work. It didn't multiply. It killed it as soon as it made contact, but I haven't used it on a host.
Well, it was designed to stop the thing from grabbing someone else, so it looks like it does what it's supposed to do.
I brought the body of him back, but for them to use. But now I need more men to go and retrieve the bodies of the two that fell.
He'll just kind of sigh heavily.
Don't need a horse.
I'll see what can be done. You look a little roughed up too.
Just, I'm fine. I'm just sick of seeing other people die.
Well, I'll have the medics go look you over and then probably bring your armor to the smith or something to make sure it's not all weird in any way, shape, or form.
Aye.
I'm working on it. Trying to figure something out.
We all are.
And on that, unless you have anything specific you would like to do, I think I can go ahead and call session.
I'll take my leave. Sounds good.
Okay. You retire for the night, head over to the medical tent, get yourself checked over, everything seems fine. Just some bludgeoning damage here and there.
A little shaken up.
Yeah. It's more the mental trauma than anything else.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So now you are actively part of the Rockhollow Bastion. You're doing your job. Look at that. And if there's nothing else, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. Until next time. Be seeing you.
I'll